Welcome back to Where Pastures Green. We're talking about Molumby's madness and, strange decisions from Ryan Mason. This group aren't very happy about it. How are you doing? Welcome back. We've got, of course, Birmingham City this week. We'll talk about just how much hatred there is for Birmingham versus Aston Villa. Who do you hate more? And we'll also look ahead to this weekend's game as well. Hope you're doing well. International football is over now, Dean. That means we've got 18 uninterrupted weeks of West Brom football. How's that for you?
Oh, nice.
Smashing. Right.
Ecstatic.
Brilliant. If you've not come across the channel before, this is 20 minutes of Baggies chat every single week. We're delighted to have your company yet again. Thank you for nudging us towards 500 subscribers in less than 4 months. That's absolutely amazing. We really appreciate it. We read all your comments as well. Let's get into the game then, shall we, Dean? Not many teams have taken it to Coventry and been 2-0 up. Is it all Molumby's fault?
No. He's got a big part to play, obviously, but it's the substitutions again. It's just crazy, and especially coming out after the game and said he took Mikey Johnson off because it was tactical. You know, he was by far our best player, set the 2 goals up, created other chances, and he took him off. And then it got even worse for me. Okay, Molumby's a nutter, he's an idiot, and he got sent off. So what you do, any manager in the game, a player gets sent off, especially your main man in the middle of the pitch. You change things, you bring subs off, you forsake a forward or your Grant or Price or somebody, and then you stiffen up the midfield. You know, we got Diakite on the bench and Collie on the bench. He did nothing. Sure enough, Coventry scored another 2 goals. Then he did it. And then what happened? They didn't score again. You know, why did he wait? You don't wait, do you? I don't know, it's driving me mad, to be honest, Mark.
No, I get it. Dan, is there some justice saying that Johnson's brilliant going forward, but defensively, is Johnson suspect? Do you understand some fans' point of view there, saying, yeah, the Coventry are always going to come at you, so defensively, that move was smart?
No, I do think that we were sort of controlling the game anyway. We was creating enough chances. But Johnson, I think he could have tracked back a lot better for their first goal. Like seeing the game, seeing the highlights back and everything. He got caught just ball watching. Like when the cross came in, he was still on the edge of our box. And to be fair, he was outnumbered, and he just didn't really help out the back four. And yeah, he was caught ball watching, but he is our only threat, only real threat going forward at the minute. No one else seems to be creating as much as what he does. So it was a bit strange for him to take him off, seeing as he's our threat going forward.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on it, Aaron?
I can't believe it was tactical for a second. I don't believe it is. Like, I totally believe it's down to the injury that he sustained early on in the first half. I mean, if it was to be tactical, why would you take Johnson off? Surely you would have taken off Grant and then switched Johnson onto the left-hand side and brought injury onto if you wanted the left foot on the right-hand side, which, you know, I don't understand that anyway, because I don't think it really would have influenced the game in a way that he was hoping for, because, you know, although that we had a lot of joy down the right-hand side, they're still quite strong defensively anyway, so I don't think unlocking the inside of the pitch would have been any better for us. I believe it was the injury. I don't think it was tactical. I don't know why you would say it was tactical, because like I said, it would have been Grant who would have been sacrificed, not Johnston.
Yeah. I mean, most of the comments, Ben, that I've read this week have all just been about Molumby and what an idiot he is, and it can't be on Mason. It can't be on Mason this week. I mean, he had a really good international break, Molumby, didn't he? With the result in Ireland and so on. But do you think that's gone to his head a bit?
Yeah, as the game was going on, I was speaking to a couple of friends that said he's either going to be man of the match or he's going to get sent off. And what happened? He got sent off. You know, he leaves his own hype sometimes. I think he gets carried away. You know, he lets us down. He's let us down too many times now. And I think with 11 men on the pitch, I think he would have gone to get at least a point. So I think the vast majority of it is on him. But as the lads have said, I think Mason's got a lot to answer for. You know, as Dee said, we didn't make a sub until we were 3-2 down. You know, I think if you go down to 10 men, you take Price off, you put another man in midfield, and you try and hold on to what you've got. And we didn't react to anything. You know, if you're that desperate to bring on in Junior, like Aaron said, you take Grant off, because I don't get in what scenario you see that taking your best player at half time is going to be a positive one. Just a lot of strange decisions, I think, again.
Right, let's talk about Hegebo then, Dean. Yeah, needs that for his confidence.
Yeah.
Good link-up play.
3 goals in 2 games. You can't knock him at the moment. He's finally putting the ball in the net. Good strikers' goals, all 3 as well. So he's the least of our worries at the moment.
Is Maja all right?
He's a different Maja this season. He's done nothing at all. And what does DK have to do to get any minutes? He's not even bringing him on anymore. So I don't know. I don't know where we go, to be honest.
And what's up with Isaac Price as well, Dan? I mean, as an Evertonian, I'm keen to see his progression, but has he sort of stalled recently?
I've got no idea what's going on with him at the minute. He's gone really quiet. I think he only really shines against the lower sides. He'd probably have an absolute stormer against us. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with him at the minute.
Aaron, who needs a shout out in terms of positivity then for that performance? Because it was, look, I mean, for 35 minutes, it was a brilliant performance, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, it's the Johnson show again, isn't it? Really, I mean, it's been the same case all season, really, where he's been our bright spark. And to think we were actually, very, very close to selling him at the start of the season, I can only think how much worse this could have been. But he was brilliant. I mean, Hegebo was a man revitalised. It's unreal performance from a striker's perspective. I think he done everything he had to do. I mean, there was 2 quality balls in anyway, so it sort of put him on the plate for him. But he still did the hard job of finishing, into the back of the net. So I think he's done that very well. I think they're probably the only 2 players who, in my opinion, played above and beyond anyone else. I think they were probably the best 2 players on the pitch, for both teams. So yeah, them 2 again. I mean, it's been the same story all season, especially with Johnston.
I think Griffiths made a few good saves as well in there.
Yeah, especially in the first half. Yeah, he did make a good one.
Right then, it's 2 home games followed by 2 away games now. So the 2 home games first. Then we've got Blues and Swansea to come this week. We asked our Birmingham fans, Ben, just what they thought of you guys in terms of dislike, and they said, look, the only thing that annoys us about Baggies is that some Baggies fans think that we're friends with them because we all hate the Villa. Where are you on the relationship, if there is one, between Birmingham?
I wouldn't put them anywhere near to Wolves and Villa, obviously. I think this season they've just come a bit annoying. I think they've just got above the station a little bit. This new stadium, their owners. They just, I think Fergie said it wants like noisy neighbours, chirping up a little bit. So I think more this season I felt it a bit more. I mean, I've still got flashbacks of that game a few seasons ago. Scott Hogan, Carl Bartley. So I'm not confident on Wednesday, to be honest.
Okay. Do you not all have a love in when you play each other? Just all sides of the ground singing, stand up if you hate the Villa and all that. No?
No, it's Villa for me every time. I can't stand them. But you're right, what Ben just said. I mean, Blues have never been a problem at all, and they've always been a basket case of a club, haven't they? No matter how bad things have been for us, we only have to look over at Small Heath and you think, well, it could be worse. But now that they're developing this Villa arrogance, to be honest, and they say they're getting a bit above themselves. But no, I mean, they're nowhere near the hatred of Villa and Wolves, that's for sure.
Yeah, Dan, do you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I get what you're saying about like all 4 sides of the stand all in unison singing on the Villa, but still, they've been a big friendly atmosphere really whenever we play Blues. But yeah, they are getting a bit too big for the boots at the minute. They need to come crashing back down to earth. But what on earth is that stadium though? It looks awful.
I was going to ask you, Aaron, about it. I mean, do you look at that project, Aaron, with some jealousy at all of a big American owner coming in and spending millions on a 62,000-seater stadium? Could do you look at it with some green eyes or not?
I mean, look, from a Blues perspective, like it's obviously good for them, but I mean, their stadium, in my opinion, was terrible. It was falling down anyway. And if you look at our stadium, like you see a lot of neutral fans say it's one of the best stadiums in the country to go to as an away fan, and as a home fan to go there, it's a perfect blend of modern football and classic, decent, grounds and whatnot. It hasn't got the soulless bowl look to it. And I think that's what Blues trying to do with the stadium without the chimneys, but the chimneys just make it even worse. And I just don't understand the thought behind it. Maybe the Industrial Revolution, which I'm sure is probably the reason, but it's just an eyesore. I don't understand it whatsoever. I'm not jealous at all, really.
Okay. Just a quick one as well, since the international break has gone. Ben, would you rather manage the bottom of the Premier League, or stay in the Championship with a team in second place?
Probably the Championship in second place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that means I'd manage the balls, wouldn't I? So.
Just checking. It's looking more and more like it's going to give our derby back next season, aren't we?
If we stay up.
I'm going to say that's the next issue, isn't it?
Right. Big shout out to Lee actually as well, who always comments on our videos, but he always comments on the Birmingham videos that we do as well. So Lee, let us know in the comments this week, who are you supporting on Wednesday night, please, because we thought you were a true Baggie, but yeah, got my doubts. Right. We're doing the A-Z of Baggies over the last couple of weeks. We're on to letter G this week, so get your thoughts in for that. It's also got us thinking about goalkeepers. We've seen some right howlers from goalkeepers in the Championship in the last couple of weeks, so we just want to jump back to our favourite topic of all time. Who's the worst goalkeeper that's ever played for West Bromwich Albion? In the comments, please let us know. But who's been the worst, Dan?
I think it has to go to Button. I mean, he's had some howlers in it, but then thinking back to my early years, which like Chris Adamson, he had a face only a mother could love. And I think he only played like one or two games, and I think it was when we played Derby in a League Cup game away, and I think Russell Holt was injured, and Chris Adamson had to play, and he had a howler. An absolute howler. But yeah, Chris Adamson, I think.
Okay. Dino?
I've got to go for David Button, to be honest. He cost us so many points. It comes to something when the whole ground celebrate when he come out and caught the cross. Celebrated as if we'd scored. But we've had some bad ones. I mean, Crichton, remember him? Yeah. And as you say, Adamson. But I think David Button's got to take it for me.
Okay. Any missing lads at the bottom there?
No, it's Button all day for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. In the comments, then, who's the worst goalkeeper you've ever seen? Have they missed any? Cheers for letting us know. Right then, letter G we're up to this week. Next week's H is going to be so easy, so let's have some discussion on G. There's only one answer next week for H. G goes to... Go on, anyone?
Gira.
Yeah. Greening.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only one I could actually think of that way.
Dean's got one. Dean's definitely got one.
Here we go.
I think he comes Zoltengiewer, and I love Zoltengiewer, don't get me wrong. Johnny Giles, when it's probably before your time, lads, but he came in 75-6, player manager from Leeds, best player on the pitch by far when he was 35, and got us to promotion. So he's a legend in my eyes, John Giles. Honourable mention to Simon Garner, who's our guest at Warwick Baggies on the 11th of December.
Okay, where do we go? Do we go Zoltengiewer then, or...?
Yeah, it's got to be, surely.
Yeah. Okay. Giles?
I'll be outnumbered on this one. Show me out.
Okay, right. We'll put Zoltengiewer in then, because more fans, I'm sure, will But yeah, honourable mentions. Brilliant. Right, thank you very much, you four. Enjoy the game against Birmingham if you can, and enjoy the game against Swansea at the weekend. Is it Swansea? Yeah, Swansea. Yeah, we'll see you after both of those. Thank you very much for watching. Drop us a quick sub if you haven't done so already. This has been Where Pastures Green. 18 weeks of West Brom. Can't wait. See you then.